Pelicans lose. Smash the like button. We're going to talk about a crazy, crazy day in the NBA. Smash the like button. Let's go.
First took away. Yes, for this. Get your money's worth now.
Presented by Scott Vicknair Injury Law Firm. If you've been hurt in any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, or hurt offshore, Scott Vicknair handles it all. Give him a call at 504-500-1111 for a free consultation. They always fight for the win. As always, powered by 4D Energy. Shout out Blue Moon. Chaz, I texted you today, or like before we got on, we're like, who the fuck are we watching this game right now? Like, seriously.
That's what she just said. Shout out to Michael Marisa. You also watching?
Shout out to you. Like, you gotta be a sick individual. I did it tonight to watch all 4 quarters of that game, but holy shit. What's going on, Chaz? What's up, Osborne? What's up, the chat?
What's up with the chat, man? Make sure y'all hit that like button. Respect to all of y'all. I mean, we can breeze past the recap quickly and then get into the real conversation.
I mean, Carlo once again another productive night. It was really about all I'm watching is Carlo Antonio.
Antonio Reeves is like he's a dangerous man, bro.
Chaz, like I do want to talk about Antonio because like I feel like there might be something here with Antonio. Am I saying this guy's gonna log 28 minutes next year? No. Can he help your team? Can he be depth on the bench? Can he be a guy you rely on like tonight, like shooting? Like whenever he shot tonight, I was very confident it was going in. He is in a rhythm, especially as a rookie, where we talked about this the other night, but he's in control. The game is not too fast for him. He can break his defender down. He can, pump fake, sidestep three. He'll come off screens, hit a three. He'll dribble drive. He'll attack the rim. Like I'm impressed with him, Chaz.
What's funny is that he didn't have like a crazily efficient night because he missed that floater that he usually hits.
Efficient. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but tonight I was like, every time he shot it, I was like, damn. Because I don't make no bones about it. I want the Pelicans to lose.
Right.
I want them to lose significantly. So, at the end of the game with the and ones and the back-to-back threes and all that, I don't like you can chill out, Antonio. Like just, go sit down somewhere, brother. We don't need all that right now. So but I thought he played well. I thought Carlo, shout out to my son Carlo, man.
Carlo, talk about him.
Proud. 8 of 11 from the field, a couple crazy circus shots. Him and Elfrid Payton just had incredible chemistry, man.
But Chaz, like what's crazy is you talk about Elfrid and Carlo having this chemistry, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's what Zion. This is what Zion needs as a point guard, just a screen and roll guy, a guy that's a point guard first, right? Because if Elfrid Payton can set up Carlo Makovich going to the rim, I think he could set up Zion going to the rim.
Oh yeah, man. Because truthfully, you're just talking about. And this is where, before we move on, I think I saw someone say, oh, well, if Elfrid Payton gets the veterans minimum, it's only about a $1.5 million difference or something along those lines from Jose Alvarado. And it's like 1-point-something million dollars is the difference between being in the luxury tax and being out of it.
Yeah.
The difference between being the first apron team and not being one. That's a very significant amount of money. Like, but you got to just see things in totality. And very last thing, I see y'all shut Jordan Hawkins down after I said you probably should shut him down.
Okay, all right. Because Chaz, I feel like me and you are the only ones that are really irked about this. But once again, I'm still, there's 4 games left. They lost tonight, obviously, but I still don't understand the process here of starting Kelly Olynyk, playing him. I don't have the box score. I don't have the box score in front of me. Olynyk probably played 20 minutes tonight, 22. Like what's the point? Just like Carlos started.
22 minutes. Yep.
Played 22 minutes. A total guess. I'm guessing Bruce Brown played 25?
Nah, he played 20.
20. Okay. What's the point of even them playing? Just play Carlo and JRE and Queen, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, Jamal Cain. Play those guys.
Yeah, Brooks.
Play those guys. You don't need Kelly Olynyk and Bruce Brown to play another second this year. I don't know. Why do they keep doing that?
I know for the for Bruce Brown. It was like a bit of his homecoming. But, in respect to Bruce Brown, I like Bruce Brown. But at the same time,
Shout out Bruce Brown. I understand starting Jose. Like, Jose was fine today. Like,
yeah, but it's like, how many times is we going to do this? It's like, yeah, they only come home once a year. But can we focus on the bigger picture here? Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. So they should lose out the rest of the year. Well, actually, I don't know. That OKC. So they go Miami. Yeah. They go Miami. And they have Milwaukee. Those two teams have to win. OKC has the 1 seed locked up, so that's going to be an interesting game. Where OKC's backups are still probably.
Yeah, I'm about to say it just depends.
Yeah, it don't really matter. Yeah. So recap, whatever. So tomorrow night, I wanted to promote this show now. We're going to do what needs to change next year for the New Orleans Pelicans. So put it on your calendar. Tomorrow night at 9:00, we'll be live. I think the whole panel will show up. And we're going to turn to a fan oriented show where we want to hear what y'all think needs to change as well. So make sure 9 p.m. tomorrow night, we're going to have kind of a community event so that they can hear what we have to think. Because all we do is talk, but we also want to hear what y'all think.
Yeah, we got champions on this team, unlike the Pelicans. Pelicans ain't got no jewelry.
Yeah. Smash the like button. Let's talk about this, Shaz. Shocking news today. Mm-hmm. Michael Malone. 10-year guy in Denver, brought him a chip, multiple playoff appearances. They're probably top 7 NBA team every single year in the last 5-6 years.
Yep.
Fired week before the playoffs.
Wow.
Initial thoughts on that? Just the Mike Malone fire, and then we're gonna talk.
It seemed like it was a long time coming. I think. Truthfully,
but why now?
You see what happens with Memphis. Maybe I'm not so sure he was blindsided by it necessarily. And it could be one of those things where it's like, well, fuck, if you're going to do it, let's just do it now so I could get, an early start on the offseason. Shit, you saw, who was it? Jenkins, same situation where it's, teams like Denver and Memphis, they're probably more in tune with their mortality. So they probably like, look, we don't need to even pretend like we could get another ring this year. And same with Denver. Like this, there's no need for us to even pretend. We saw, how things looked earlier in the season with the team construction, which is probably one of the main reasons you saw Michael Porter. Not Michael Porter Jr. You saw the GM fired as well. That's a bizarre. He looked like an animated drawing from like the 90s. He looked very weird, but he looked like someone from fucking Ren and Stimpy. But that's like, you saw like reports of them not wanting to trade Michael Porter Jr. You saw Mike Malone calling guys out, say they don't even watch film. Like it was just a madhouse in Denver. That was very crazy. That was crazy. So hey,
like I saw some reports too, Chaz, from some Denver guys saying like he kind of lost the locker room and so on and so forth. I just think the move. I was listening to Antonio Daniels, but like the move to do it a week before the playoffs is it's unheard of. I think it ties like being the latest firing in a season, and I think it was Hubie Brown that got fired like in the 80s or something crazy. I don't know. That was interesting from Denver, but I guess. A lot of people had thoughts about this, Chaz, and a lot of people are now saying, well, head coach, NBA champion head coaches are getting fired, and our 21 win NBA head coach has not. With all these options now, Chaz, you have Mike Brown, you have Jenkins, you have Malone, Borrego's a name. I think you said, what's the guy's name in Miami?
Chris Quinn.
There's going to be a lot of good candidates if Willie is fired this offseason. But out of those three I named, Mike Brown, Taylor Jenkins, Mike Malone, would any one of them want to come to New Orleans? Because they have to want to come to, like, they have to want to coach in New Orleans as well.
Yeah, to me, it would depend on what someone like Mike Malone's his contract was. He does have some history with the city, have some history with the organization. I don't know if he has sour grapes because from what I was told, Mike Malone holds a grudge. Had some sour grapes with the Sacramento Kings. Mike Brown, he getting big bread like Monty Williams. He probably not really in a rush to coach again. But the good thing is that there's no shortage of options. That's the really good thing. And if you're the Pelicans, you buy yourself potentially some negotiating leverage because there are only about 30 jobs in the NBA, head coaching jobs. And when you're let go kind of disgracefully, as all three of those gentlemen were, you probably want to get back in the fight and kind of, punch back at the organization that unceremoniously let you go. Now you got if you're the Pelicans, you have a couple of unattractive pieces that you may not want to necessarily tie yourself to. Maybe you're the coach that wants to save Zion. Maybe you're the coach that don't want nothing to do with him. Then you got David Griffin, who you probably just don't want anything to do with. And so for me, it matters if David Griffin is gone along with Willie Green, because if he's gone as well, if he's gone as well, now you got a super clear runway. Just leave Token and get Swin and David Griffin out of the building. And I think you have a good runway.
So, I don't know. I know we've talked about it. I just don't see it happening. I really
David Griffin, you mean?
Yeah, David Griffin.
I didn't see that. None of us saw the 50-50. No. Yeah.
I think Willie's 50-50. I think Griff is, I think he's safe, but this is just say Willie is gone, Chaz.
Mm-hmm.
The three names that you mentioned, they're going to cost you. I mean, a lot of teams are going to want to, a lot of teams are going to want Mike Malone.
Well, not necessarily that. I was saying more so, depending on the contracts, you may be able to get away with a bit more, because even with Gail Benson, if it was a coach she really wanted, I think she would have,
but she doesn't.
Yeah, or I mean, when I say Gail Benson, I'm talking more so about the ownership group versus Gail Benson herself. If it was something that they really wanted to do, like we know for a fact, Mickey Loomis wanted Monty Williams back. He knew Monty Williams wasn't going to come cheap. You know what I'm saying? Because given his last contract. So I think if it was someone they really wanted, they'd be willing to open the piggy bank. But also, again, you still got guys like Chris Quinn looking for their first head coaching job. I don't think Taylor Jenkins is going to be making top dollar, truthfully. And Mike Malone, Mike Brown, those guys probably still under contract, so they probably not going to be looking to break the bank out the gate.
Mike Malone isn't.
He isn't.
This is his last year. Mike Brown definitely is.
Yeah, Mike Brown.
I don't know about Taylor Jenkins. Because I read a report today that no matter what, their contracts were expiring, so they.
Okay. But I just can't see him being one of those top tier desirable coaches.
So let me ask you this, Chaz. I was thinking about this today.
Mm-hmm.
How many teams
are
going to need a head coach?
It's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. I think so the Popovich thing is still up in the air, of course.
So Spurs, we'll just say we'll just count as one. Spurs.
Yeah, let's say Phoenix potentially, depending on Phoenix needs a new coach no matter what.
So Sacramento.
Yes, that's Sacramento. That's 3.
Would you say maybe Toronto?
Sabonis loves Doug Christie.
But they're gonna be tough conversations.
Yeah, they're tough conversations. Let's put Sacramento on the fence. But then Sacramento is out of the Mike Brown and Malone business, so it would have to, so that is different. So, but let's just say Sacramento.
Okay.
Who we got?
Would you say? I was thinking Toronto or Atlanta. Were those two?
Toronto. I'm gonna say no.
What about Snyder in Atlanta?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Utah safe.
Utah's fine.
Wait, you know what? Let's do it
Washington?
like this. Let's look at I'm gonna say no. Because when Washington just got that coach, right? Let's look at the standings and see what bad teams we need coaches. The Blazers, I don't think they're letting Chauncey Billups go just yet. I think they should, but they probably not. I don't think Jason Kidd is going anywhere.
No, still 4.
Ty Lue ain't going nowhere.
Hornets going nowhere.
Chris Finch is up in the air.
Finch and Nurse. What about Nurse in Philly?
I think Nurse could be out.
So that's 6. But hold up. Nick Nurse is also a good candidate too.
Yeah, yeah. If he's let go, because Nick Nurse is like a fucking GM coach, but and he been lost that locker room, truthfully. So
also,
when you
like,
look,
who can control that locker room? Like,
so when you look at it, we
5
got
or 6 teams.
the ones we name, right, and then you got maybe Billy Donovan with the Bulls. Well, shit, the Bulls the 9th seed now, so I don't know. But you got the Nets. They just got their coach. So it's Philly. I don't know if the Wizards just got their coach or not. Phoenix.
We got to
San
add
Antonio.
Memphis too. We have to add
Memphis.
So
what we had, like 7?
7.
And who were they again?
So, all right. 7 teams. We said Memphis,
Philly,
San Antonio, Philly,
Phoenix, Sacramento, possibly.
What about Brooklyn?
I don't know if they just got that coach.
You said Bulls.
Bulls, maybe Billy Donovan.
We'll just cap it at 7. Say 17.
Maybe the Bucks, depending on how.
Bro,
let's just say it's 8. Let's just say it's 8, right?
Okay,
but looking at these teams, how many desirable teams are there necessarily? If you're a coach, you can say the Pelicans are undesirable. Most of your starting lineup isn't going to be there at the beginning of the season. But do I really want to go play a high tax in Toronto? Probably not.
Do I want to go to Philadelphia?
Do I want to go to Philadelphia?
Or rebuild?
Or maybe Paul George? Probably not, right? Do I want to?
Phoenix will be a rebuild.
Phoenix will probably be, or even worse, you probably just not going nowhere if you're in Phoenix. You're probably just stuck. Memphis. San Antonio is extremely attractive, but that depends on what happens with Pop.
And I don't know if Pop, bro. I keep saying I don't know if Pop wants to give up the job. Like I think he wants to coach one more year, like Wemby, like entering his prime.
They're gonna fuck around and take Pop to the barn.
Yeah,
yes, Pop is gonna sit down. So
let's just say let's say 8 teams, Chaz. So
how about 8 teams? Yeah.
Not many very desirable places. I mean, like I was reading a tweet today, like someone tweeted like it could be a lot of those candidates could just sit out a year and just wait for the next coaching cycle. Yeah. Do you think they'd do that?
It depends, because I think if one of these teams, if one of the 8 we listed get Cooper flagged, then all bets are off. Because now it's like, well, except for Sacramento, most let's say if the Pelicans get Cooper flag, teams go. Those coaches will want to.
You're gonna have to hire a coach before the draft, Chaz. You're gonna have to.
But you will know the order of the draft.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
And if you get number 1, it ain't nothing to talk about. So
that's true. That is very true.
Yeah. So I think they have more than enough time to figure this out. Truthfully, I think
out of the names we just mentioned, who would you take?
Out of the names we just mentioned, I'd probably take Malone or Chris Quinn. All the other guys, I don't necessarily want anything to do with. Because I like Mike Brown, but I don't think he's a culture change. You need a man in the locker room, like a culture reset in locker room accountability. Mike Malone's that guy to it up until the messaging gets old. That he's that guy. Chris Quinn, he's been around. I ain't gonna say greatness. He's been around goodness long enough to, because you ain't great if you ain't win. You get around goodness long enough to have a message. But that's where the buck stops for me.
Yeah. Realistically, I don't think you're going to get Malone or Brown.
I think
Jenkins possibly. I still think Borrego's a fine candidate for me. I like Chris Quinn. I like Quinn, Chaz. I'm trying to think of anybody else though. Like I just don't see. I don't see any of these coaches wanting to come to New York. Like I don't see them wanting to coach this roster. I just don't. Unless you get Cooper.
Yeah, you get Cooper.
Even if you get the number 2 pick, I don't think that's still not
in this draft. Probably not. You would need. See, it depends. The coach would just need some guarantees. Like
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, the coach would just need look, we're not really worried about the beginning of the year. We want you to integrate your new system, get the culture down, and it depends on who's doing the hiring. Because I think even less. I don't believe David Griffin has many friends in the NBA anymore at this point. He burned several bridges and people talk. So you get the right GM, or the right president doing the right hire. And I think that allows you to cast a wider net.
It's funny you mentioned that. I was just, Kenneth, you don't have to clear that up. The pick plus pack?
Did you trade the pick? Maybe you mean just salary. Oh, I had a question for you, Justin.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Should Zion get a say?
No.
Nah.
You gotta play.
And honestly, I was about to say, I wouldn't say I don't think he cares, but I think he's the type of person that just like, well, I'm here, you know. Like he's not.
Zion should not have. No.
Yeah, he shouldn't really have an opinion. I don't think nobody on the team.
Chaz, you were asking a question. I wanted to ask you a question.
Oh, go ahead. Now you ask me.
You think David Griffin really gets this would be his fourth coach in 8 years? 7 years?
Oh, 4. Yeah, I don't think he will.
Fourth coach in 7 years, right? Is my math right here?
Yeah, but see, that's why I'm not sure David Griffin is around. I honestly,
how do you get a fourth head coach? Like how? There's no way.
Oh, he said package. He means like salary, but with the way. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Shout out to Games Osborne. 106 people in here. We got 32.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. 106 people in here, but yeah, appreciate y'all. Go ahead.
Do I think he get another coach? No, right? But that's why I'm more inclined to believe that he probably either gets promoted or he gets the boot, because I can't. The only thing that gives me
what you mean promoted? What
promoted into to? Like, all right, look, I got a great idea for you, Griff. You're gonna be the senior executive vice president.
Like Dwight Schrute?
Yeah, for like this, like we got 1 year left. I'm not paying you shit. You about to be the senior executive vice president. We're gonna let Togan call it, because they failed at an unprecedented rate at this point. You've seen so many other teams, organizations make watershed moves.
Yeah,
I don't think he's safe, honestly. And Willie Green, and if their contracts are tied to one another at this point, I think he's got to go. But I got a question for the chat. We're going to Justin get back, but I got a question for the chat. I'm not saying yeah or nay. Would y'all trade Kenneth Carter? It depends on where the pick landed. If it was pick 1, I'm not trading. If it's pick 2, I might. Like there's a short list of players I would trade for. If it's pick 3 and beyond, yeah, I'm super down with trading the pick. Like especially it depends on also who will be available though. But would y'all if Denver came to you and said, look, we'll take DeJounte Murray and Bruce Brown in a sign and trade for Jamal Murray, would y'all do that deal? Now, Jamal Murray got a crazy contract. And if you follow Denver, Jamal Murray, he got some of the same issues Zion has. And Embiid. He's one of those guys who like play himself into shape. You know, he's got a few nagging lower body injuries. He's overweight, things like that. And like if you saw earlier in this season, Jamal was like, it wasn't looking right. Shout out to Bukus, that guy. Jamal Murray signed a 5-year contract extension, $158 million of them things, including all the money guaranteed, Jesus. And I think that extension of the contract kicks in like next year. So he ain't really balling. So let me see what some of y'all saying. My dog Tennessee, he said, can we get Braun? I don't know, because they still got second apron situations. D Maxey and Maxey sounding unhappy. Shit, I'll trade for Maxey in a second. That's one of the players I'd trade with the number 2 pick. West Bank Poppy said no, Chaz, only because I want to pursue Sabonis or Ja. Some people saying no. So Justin, I posed the question: if Denver came to you and say, look, we about to take a gap year, we'll take DeJounte Murray and Bruce Brown in a sign and trade. We want you to take Jamal Murray. Would you do it? This is his contract, courtesy of Bukus, that guy. You would do it for Jamal Murray?
Wait, let me think about it.
Now, and look, it don't even got to be this year's pick.
So just
let's just say straight up, no pick. Let's just say straight up.
DeJounte and Bruce for Jamal Murray.
Mm-hmm.
God, that can't.
A lot of y'all saying no.
Probably not, because like now I'm thinking about no, like first years would be okay, but like the last 3 would be just disgusting.
He got a lot of the Zion issues too.
Yeah,
bro.
like I don't know. Initially, I was like, yeah. Then I'm like, no, it's a bad contract.
If y'all remember what up, prospect? What up, everybody in the chat? If you remember in Griff's exit interview, he mentioned Jamal Murray by name. He said, "Yeah, you know, people say, Jokic." Wait, hold on. He said, "Yeah, you know, people like to talk about Nikola Jokic, but it's Jamal Murray making all the game-winning buckets. You know, he really gets me moist." So that's what David Griffin said, right? That's verbatim. So I don't know. See, that's a gamble.
I mean,
that's a gamble.
Okay, it's a gamble.
It's a gamble.
I'm looking up his stats right now.
He's
averaging 21.6 points per game. He's shooting 40% from deep. He shot 40% from deep 4 straight years in a row. He went 40.8, 39.8. I'm rounding up 42.5. This series 39.6. If you play him around Zion,
how many games has he played?
He's played 65 this year, 59 last year, 65.
That's pretty good.
The year before. Then he played that 48. So really not that bad. The contract still is bad, but I'm thinking, okay, think Jamal Murray next to Zion, Trey Murphy. Think Zion.
I ain't gonna lie, Jamal Murray a bad motherfucker. Dog.
Trey and Jamal, Zion. Wait, I get to keep Herb Jones? I'm keeping Herb Jones?
Yeah, if you want to, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be great. Herb Jones?
Yeah. And also the thing, shout out to Chung, he said, the thing with DeJounte, though, is like, he ain't gonna be playing like the whole year, damn near. You know,
it's funny.
That's another
Chung
thing
says
to keep in mind.
DeJounte's a better fit.
I don't know if Chung is being funny because he said DeJounte is never mind. I can't even read what Chung said, but
control.
I think if you look at Jamal, it's like, no, you can really just play off ball a lot.
That's
of the
what
time
I'm saying.
If you want to.
He kind of fills in the CJ McCollum role, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the only issue though is that contract. But it's
contract's nasty.
Bro. It's kind of about even though, because you don't know if DeJounte is ever going to be, you know. I mean, this ain't the fucking 90s, but
bro,
still.
So you're saying I can trade
DeJounte
Murray and Bruce Brown, no pick for Jamal Murray, right? Get him.
I don't know if it's going to be a pick, and I'm just saying not this year's pick.
It's fine. So I get to keep this year's pick, and then also have CJ McCollum expiring, right? $30 million.
Yeah, I believe
so. This year's pick, just say I have number 2 or 3, I can trade that as well.
Yeah.
That opens up a lot of avenues. That opens up a shit ton of avenues.
I ain't lie. I do it.
Resign Elfrid Payton. You still have trade salary like Jose? Like yeah.
I do it.
See, that's what I was thinking about, Chaz. Like initially, I was like, yeah, let's do it. First 2 years would be great. What does the next 3 look like?
I think he's 27 or 28 now. But see, my thing with him is, long as he can shoot, he gonna be all right. Now it might be expensive, but just a shooter. Yeah, it's just about him. He's one of those guys that you need to come into camp in the best shape of his life, type shit.
And Chaz, like we're scoffing at Chaz, he's averaged 6.3 assists over the last 3 years. Like,
yeah, Jamal Murray's nice. Now Jamal Murray's just not a number 1. When he's healthy, he's like one of the best number 2s in the NBA.
He would be the number 3 option here.
Who number 2?
Trey.
Jamal Murray better than Trey though. he's a lot better than Trey. But he would be.
You don't think Trey can get up to 20 tonight?
Yeah, but I think Jamal Murray just has fucking just soul crushing like buckets.
I don't know, Chaz. I wouldn't say he's bad. Trey Murphy's kind of a bad motherfucker.
He is, but Jamal Murray got years of being like a really bad motherfucker. Trey is like on the horizon.
Yeah,
but Jamal Murray is second best player on the championship
Jamal Murray's
team.
an NBA champion.
He did it in the playoffs. Like he's a bad motherfucker.
Totally fair. Yeah, that's a once again, like it goes back to like y'all saw what John Morant did tonight. Y'all see what Sabonis did?
Incredible.
Yeah, y'all see what Sabonis did the other night? Another triple-double. It's like I'm not saying these targets even realistic, but for fans to be saying, "Nah, I don't want Sabonis. Nah, I don't want Jamal Murray." It's like we're the Pelicans.
Yeah,
you gotta realize who you are.
That's the point I keep going back to, bro. It's like I understand it. Shout out to my dog Shane. I understand it. If there were like these incredible options, cool, but you got to pay the Pelicans tax first of all, And who else you gonna get? Like, who else you realistically gonna get? Like, that's why bad teams hold on to like players until they're virtually worthless, like OG Anunoby and like guys who are not like, they're not great, they're really good, solid to really good. Shit, the Pelicans with Brandon. Brandon hasn't played since January, and you held on
December.
It was December when he got hurt.
It was December.
God damn.
Right? Wrong.
I thought OKC was. I thought it was January. I don't remember. January.
Hold up.
It might have been December. I don't know, but yet and still, it's like
December 7th. It was almost fucking November.
God damn.
It was almost November, Chad.
That's fucking crazy, bro. But I don't even talk about Tiny Dog. That's crazy. But yeah, like you hold on to players until they almost become worthless. Like that's what you got to gamble on. You got to gamble on.
Get him on. Just like the Cam Whitmore, Jordan Hawkins thing. Before we get into any other segment, any other comment, it's Lito's birthday. Lito's on the show tonight, but happy birthday, Lito. If you don't, maybe
Lito
on Twitter, tag him. Shout out to Lito, man.
Another trip around the sun.
Big 4-0.
God damn, Justin, you ain't have to put the man business out. Shit.
It's Instagram. It's on his Instagram
God
story.
Damn.
It's a big deal. That's a big deal. Shout out to you, Lito. Yeah, I don't know.
Damn, Justin, the cocaine's in the freezer. God damn, Justin.
Is that man, shout out Lito, bro. That's my guy.
Lito, man.
It's so funny though. I now see Ja and Sabonis every single night, bro.
Ain't that some shit?
And it's funny because, like, just to think about it though, Chaz, I thought about it again today, bro. Ja and Zion would be. That would probably you want to talk about one of the most. I'm not saying they would win. I have no idea, but like one of the most electric duos. Like you talk about like Luka and LeBron, like that's must-watch TV. Ja and Zion would be must-watch TV if they're ever on the court together. They would be must-watch TV. I promise you.
I think same with LaMelo, and that's the thing. Look, we know the Pelicans watch and steal everything we do on this show. And I wish they would have listened to me in November when I said start tanking now, but y'all suck so bad it ain't like y'all needed to. Either way, fuck. Either way, but it's like for the fan base and just for the Pelicans, you gotta understand, bro. You paying the Pelicans tax. You know why you can get LaMelo? Because shit ain't working out in Charlotte. You know why you can get Ja? Because shit ain't working out in Memphis. You know why you can get some of these guys? Because shit just ain't working out. You're not gonna be their first choice neither. And the fact that they're on some of these contracts that look kind of like, oh, what the fuck? That's the only people, if they was free agents, wouldn't sign here. Basically. If they were playing well, wouldn't want to be traded here. You couldn't get them. And that's just what it is, man.
You gotta buy low. But I mean, now I just have a feeling now, like you saw John Morant, now he's like, fuck the entire league. Did you see his celebration?
Oh, yeah.
Threw a hand grenade.
Oh,
you didn't see the new celebration?
I didn't see it, John.
He takes the hand grenade, throws it in the stands.
That's how you got to be, John.
And then takes cover.
That's how you got to be.
He's a villain. He's a dog.
You got to embrace it.
Like, you got to have, like...
Giannis could be available. Yes. If not, to me, Trey, I ain't going to lie, that's somebody you probably wouldn't be able to get. Because now the only reason I say that, though, is the only reason it's debatable because you do own the Bucks' future, and the Bucks can't really tank unless the Pelicans say so. Because the Pelicans got both.
We have one
swaps.
or two picks, Chaz.
We got 26 and 27 swap. We got the 26 swap and the 27 swap.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so you could keep them from tanking for quite a while.
See, like I feel like Griffiths would be like, "See, look, Gail, I got these two future picks.
Yeah,
Giannis wants out.
Now watch Giannis get an extension."
Yeah.
But I think we'll know what Giannis is doing by the end of this season, though. Truthfully, if they get swept in the play, or just if Dame is out for the playoffs, man, it's over. It's over.
He's gonna ask out, and then you know what, Chaz? When Giannis does ask out, Milwaukee's need a head coach, so make that 9. Because then Doc would just retire.
Oh yeah, Doc, get the fuck out of here. You ain't supposed to be here anyway.
So. Damn, Griff's gonna play that card.
I don't honestly. If I ownership, I don't honestly, Justin. I think if Griff stays, it'll have little to do with Griff and more to do with ownership just being lazy. Because after Mickey Loomis was serenading Dennis Allen and wanted Dennis Allen. It's like, get the fuck out of here, man! Like, shut up. You get out of here. You know.
But I wonder, I don't know if Gale, because look, there are a lot of Saints fans making a lot of noise. Like we talked about this the other show. Like Pelicans fans don't make noise.
Well, hey, y'all.
But I don't know today,
chat,
bro,
man.
today was different. Today was different.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw a lot of people pissed off. A lot of Pelican fans pissed off.
Look, we got about closing in on 15,000 subscribers on this show, and that's organic. We not never mind. I ain't even gonna go there. But anyway, so we this is homegrown. This is organic. We got to make our voices heard, everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? We really got to make our voices heard. Like, we got to tweet it. This the avenue. If you able to like protest or something, you got to protest. It seems silly. It seems stupid, but the Lakers fans were doing it. If we nowhere near as entitled as the Lakers fans, like so we shouldn't have the same level of pride.
I see it on the Saints side, man. I really do. Like there's like every Saints move is criticized, good or bad, everything, even mock drafts and all this other shit. Like there's like, and I'm gonna say like the Pelican fans. There are a lot of passionate Pelican fans. What I've learned from doing this podcast, from the whole Twitter thing, like there is a lot of pride. I was talking to one guy today. We might not win a lot, but man, we show up. And they like
you're talking about us or the Pelicans?
The fans show up. Like they really honestly do. We just want a good product. People are like, how are y'all so miserable? Like all y'all do is like hate on the team. No, we don't. Like we just want to see the team better. Because like as a fan, we all deserve better. And like that's why it's just frustrating to watch this whole fucking franchise just fuck up every single year. Yeah. Every single year.
And I'll be the first to admit, I don't hate on the Pelicans. I hate them. I hate on them. I hate them. They fucking suck. They stink. You know how the Pelicans gear and shit I have in this house? Know how much money I've wasted, time. Like, these motherfuckers suck. And here's the thing. Y'all think Justin paying us beans and fucking corn or some shit? Like, all this shit costs money. Like, internet ain't free. Like, we ain't talking about the Pelicans just on GP. We want to make money. Like, when they suck, shit gets rough around here. That's
the craziest thing about it, Chaz. It's like when you suck, like we're not going to sit here and be like, look, there's a lot of thankful things we need. Like, no, they're not good. Man. It's not good. They're one of the worst teams in the league. Look, okay? Besides the 49-win team, like Willie Green still hasn't made the play. Like he hasn't had a team make the playoffs. Like he's been playing every single year to get to the playoffs. And people even like everyone 49 wins. Okay, well, it wasn't enough.
You got swept in the playoffs. You didn't win a single game. Like you didn't win a single fucking game.
Chaz, you didn't get swept. You didn't crack 95 points.
You didn't crack 95 points.
95 points one time in an NBA game.
The guy you was about to get $50 million to could not score over Lou Dort.
You know how crazy that is? I was thinking about that this morning.
That's insane, Justin.
We offered him $50 million a year. He was going to be out for the year. He got hurt in December.
We offered him $50 million to start. Like we gotta give you a little taste, and then we gotta scale up.
Do you know how crazy? Like they were.
Yo, this team fucking nuts. This team crazy. Yo,
it's like starting Bruce Brown tonight. Like, what are you like? Why is Bruce Brown on this team?
I wonder if that was Dennis and Gal first time hearing that. Like, they probably think they had on ESPN and Sham say, yeah, they offered them 50. Like, whoa. What the fuck? When?
Dude, Chaz, it's crazy he hasn't returned. It's crazy.
You know what's real funny about that is that not only he had to return, the coach was like, yeah, he don't need to be around here. We got to meet him.
Someone goes like, wait, he hadn't practiced yet? Like, he still hasn't practiced? Someone tweeted, wait, they haven't practiced yet?
I respect Brandon because if I can steal, I'm gonna steal. But so it's David Griffin that's crazy, bro. It's like, what the fuck is the matter with you, man? You done ran this team into the ground. I gotta give Token a little bit of props though. I like the Messi pickup in hindsight. Antonio Reeves, both Carlo. Picks. EJ Liddell was a miss, but you're in the second round, so that's
total. That was Trajan.
Trajan was Ejiofor?
Yeah.
Okay, Trajan.
Bryson's first draft was this year.
Oh, you bastard. Well, but Carlo was Trajan too. Then
Yeah. So far, Graham's got Nisi and traded back into the second round for Reeves.
Yeah,
who would both produce nice rookie seasons.
Shout out to Bryson, man. Just let Bryson
just let him do his job.
Yeah, get rid of Griff. Let Bryson do his thing, man. That's what it boils down.
So, all right. Well, I think we're going. Yeah. So once again, 132 people in here. Appreciate all y'all. Make sure you smash the like button. So we're going live tomorrow night. What'd you got, Chaz?
We had a couple fan questions, and we're
gonna do fan questions. Let me.
Zeke.
All right. Yeah, I got you, Zeke. So look, yeah, we're going live tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Community podcast of what needs to change moving forward, whether that be getting away from Willie Green, from David Griffin, overhauling, where we're going to talk about it all. So make sure 9:00 tomorrow night, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, let you know we're going live. Let's hit some fan questions. We'll get out of here.
Prospect crazy.
I didn't even see what he said. What did he say?
You see,
I haven't seen Prospect in a minute.
Shout out to Zeke.
Shout
out Prospect. Zeke with the 5-piece say, play Santa Baby.
Do we still have that, Chaz?
Yeah, that shit ain't going nowhere.
Go ahead.
Willie still employed, some weird shit going on.
Santa Baby, this slip was able under the tree for me. Being an awful good girl, Santa Baby, just hurry down the chimney tonight.
Someone anonymous really emailed us that. That shit is crazy.
Crazy. Speaking of emailing people, shout out to all the fans that email us. We should start doing that, Chaz, an inbox.
Oh yeah. It's from my suggestion box.
People really email us, so appreciate all y'all too. John, would Gail be willing to pay $15+ million a year for a coach? I mean, I don't think you have to pay $15 million for any coach a year.
That's a lot for a coach.
That's way too much. John, you're probably looking like 5'6".
Yeah, eight is the super high.
I don't think they'll go over $1.5 million, $2 million for a coach.
Really?
No, I don't.
Then you're really looking at Chris Quinn. I think if they thought it was a good coach, they would pay like 3-4.
I wonder how much Stan was. You know how much Stan was getting?
I think Stan was getting like 5 to 8, right?
Was he?
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Eddie the Don, do you trust the front office to make our home run higher?
I trust them to swing for the fences.
They can swing.
They'll swing for the fences. It's just that when they
miss, you land, bro?
Yeah, can you shout out to the torpedo bets.
Can you land?
Oh, fuck.
I thought you weren't a baseball guy.
I'm just referencing our last conversation.
No. That was a good drop. Kenneth Carter, would you trade the pick plus pack for a start? Yeah, we talked about this. We'll talk about more this week.
I would. Yep.
If it's not number one, yeah, I'm listening to any offer.
Mm-hmm.
If I get 2 or more, hey, you want Dylan Harper? Okay. How about you want Dylan Harper? Super Shiv, 73. What's your comparison of NBA player to Walter Clayton Jr.?
That's Super Shiv, I think.
Super Shiv. Sorry, Super Shiv.
Yeah, a Shiv is a prison knife.
Okay, Super Shiv. What's your comparison of NBA player to Walter Clayton Jr.? And would be a good pick for the Pels? That's a good question. I've seen some reports where like his performance in March Madness made him a first rounder. I'm not gonna lie, I like him. He's a good player. That first half last night scared the shit out of me, though. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that was just completely taken out. Couldn't understand how to read, the hard hedge, double screens, couldn't make the right reads, was taking really bad shots. But then in the second half, completely forgets that, right? And whatever, he finishes up a nice game, a couple layups, hits a big 3 late in the second half, a couple big free throws. Like, he's an interesting prospect late in the first round, in my opinion, Chaz. But I was still a little worried about his performance overall, though.
You see a little Johnny Davis in this game?
His shot's nice. Bro, you know what? Let me look this up. What did he shoot on the year?
Frank Jackson. Someone say Frank Jackson. Oh, Frank.
No.
Oh, Frank.
God.
Frank
Jackson. How could? Oh my gosh.
Frank. And we had hope about Frank Jackson. Like,
no, he was like the savior. Man, So,
People say Frank Jackson is that Ferrari.
He's also a 4-year guy, Chaz.
Now that
43% his sophomore year, 36.5 junior year, 38.6 his senior year. That kid, yeah, man. He's nice.
if the Pelicans, let's say something weird happened and the Pelicans were like traded the pick and traded back in the draft, like they got a nice player.
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe you take a prospect like that. You do got a lot of guards on your team that need run though.
I don't hate that prospect.
Thornton, Alil.
I don't hate that. Didn't Marcus Thornton like call somebody out a couple weeks ago on social media? I was like,
I hope it wasn't. I didn't. I hope it wasn't for me comparing him to Jordan Hawkins. Did he tweet me?
No, I don't think he tweeted you. Shout out to everybody. Hey, everyone's stealing your shit now, Chaz. It's a dog world out there.
Marcus Thornton, like, Chaz, you watch your fucking mouth. Comparing me to fucking Jordan Hawkins.
Oh,
Brandon Jennings. He got into it with Brandon Jennings.
That's what it was. It's Brandon Jennings. That's right.
Brandon Jennings be sad. He be trying to offend motherfuckers for real.
I'll tell you what, there's who's Chandler Parsons drives me crazy. There's
Chandler drive me.
No, there's another dude that's talking crazy.
He played former player.
It's fucking
not Rashad.
One of the Morris brothers.
When he was saying he can't put Jokic on this top 5.
Shut up.
That's personal.
It's personal because it's personal, but like stop. No, then he said something crazier. Like, I was like, get this dude off the screen. Like I couldn't watch it anymore.
Look, I said this yesterday. Nothing worse than a hold me back, motherfucker. Why you just ain't punch Jokic in his face when y'all was there? Like
you cheap shotted him. I mean, just go right there.
Yeah, he would have been.
Dude, he got fucked up too.
Yeah,
Jokic fucked him up.
Yeah,
hey, have you seen the picture of Jokic and sit next to his brother? Like, I think Jokic is a large man.
His brother,
Chaz. His brother makes him look like he's 6'5". Like,
man,
it's crazy. Hey. It's crazy.
Twins, you got to go for it.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody here. Smash the like button. Once again, we'll see y'all tomorrow night live, 9 p.m. Hit the bell notifications. You're going live. BP, just to answer your question real quick. I do think he'd have interest, in my opinion. I do.
He lived here before.
Yeah. I think he'd have interest. And Reeves did look good. So appreciate everybody. But 9 p.m. tomorrow night, we'll see y'all then.
Peace.